The next demo for the conics will be the 4 guide curves. Again, use your online documentation as reference. So what it looks like when it's done. I'll cancel that and repeat this. I'm going to go to sweep, 4 guide curves. I'll select this one, and that is my tangent surface. This is guide curve number 2. This is guide curve number 3. This is guide curve number 4. And when I hit preview, you can see it's going through those lines. Now what I created was a parallelogram. These 2 lines here to represent my parallelogram to find my tangent intersection. I know that my guide curves have to follow somewhere within that triangle in order for this to work. So remember, this straight line represents 0 parameter, and this top intersection is the intersection of the 2 tangent lines. This point up here represents 100%, or 1.0 for the parameter. So the guide curves have to follow somewhere in between this triangle in order for this to work. So what I did was I created that triangle just so I'd have some reference where I could stick my points and create the lines. I will recreate that if you want to watch. If you think you got it, go ahead and just go try it. And then if you need to fall back on the video, you can see how I created these. So what I did here was, just as reference, I created this line going across. And then I created 3 equal distance planes in case I wanted to make it, perfectly even. But I want to also see what would happen if I don't make them perfectly even. So we can go to the wireframe line command and use tangent line. So tangent to a curve is tangent to a line. Lines are infinitely thin in radius, or no, not infinitely thin. They are infinite in radius value. That's what a line is. So lines are curves. I can grab this point up here. Oops, sorry. Tangent curve. I want to be tangent to this curve, and I got that point already selected because that would be the element. And also I want to reverse the direction, and I just need to go long enough to where the lines would cross. So I'll do that again. We're going to use tangent lines. The curve would be this boundary curve here, and the element would be on this point up here, and then it's going the wrong way, so we just invert the direction, and that forms that triangle. So I know where my points have to be, so I could just go to the view, front view, just create some points. I'll create a point here on this YZ plane. I'll just randomly pick a point as long as it falls inside this triangle. And I'll put one over here on this side. So I'm getting a smooth transition from this point to this point to this point down to this point. Let's go back to the ISO view. Okay, and we would need some lines. There's that first point I created, so we'll go line, point direction. Off this point in the same direction as that line and reverse it. 2 inches long is what I've been using, so I'll just keep with that. So I'm not going to use this line here. I'll just hide that. That was for midpoint 3. Again, a line off of this point in this direction, reverse the direction, select OK. So you see those lines fall within inside that quarter of the half of the parallelogram, the top portion of it. Let's go give this a try under conical surface with 4 guide curves. First thing it asks for in the blue pop-up window is to select your guide curve, which is this top guide curve on this surface. And this surface is going to be what it's tangent to, which is what it's asking for here in the tree or the pop-up window. Then it's going to ask for guide curve 2, 3, and then the last one. So you have to go in order. So there's your guide curves 1, 2, 3, and 4. Preview that. Oh, that should work. I don't know why. Why didn't that work? I'm not sure. Why won't let me cancel here? Let's try and double click this point, and I'm going to select my V value to be 0.375, and I'll choose this one here to be 0.375. Now that they're on the same plane, let's see if that doesn't work a little bit better. Guide curve 1, surface, guide curve 2, guide curve 3, guide curve 4. Preview that. Alright, I guess to make that come out better, I made sure that guide curve 2 and 3 were on the same plane. And pretty close to evenly spaced, but not exactly. Okay, these planes here would represent if I had them evenly spaced, and they're not. But anyways, that's basically what the conical guide curves, 4 guide curves is going to do. Just looking for 4 guide curves to transition from one to the next. I'll try a 5th one, create a guide above that, and we'll see how it works right down the middle.